Howdy folks, my name is Odie Perkins. I live here in North Carolina and I've lived here all my life, and I love this state, but I love our great nation. My son David Edward Ted Perkins served in the 82nd Airborne. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan. The sad part of it is he had been home about a month and a half, and a guy named Justin Dean Wood from Lexington, North Carolina, was driving a commercial truck for Calmer Trucking in Lexington, North Carolina. He was driving with no CDL license, and no health card, 2 prior DUIs. I said 2 prior DUIs, and a lot of other convictions. And the sad part of it is on July 25th, 2008, Justin Dean Wood turned left in front of my son while he was riding his motorcycle, and my son had rode a motorcycle for 12 years. He tried to beat him in the intersection at Sandy Ridge Road, Gallimore Dairy Road, and he hit him. He ran over him. Ted lived for 46 minutes, was able to tell the trooper what his name was, and then he died. The state trooper did not take Justin Dean Wood to get a P-test. He let the owner of the company go and have a P-test made, and the owner of the company took his P-test and did not give it to the state patrol. Put it in his file at work, and the attorney had to find it. And what came out of it was the attorney found that he had been smoking marijuana and doing pot. And so when we went to court, there was a plea bargain already made a long time before Justin Dean Wood was going to be convicted. And the DA in Greensboro, the head DA, said it wasn't worth, going to be charged, for him to be charged for a felony. So Justin D. Wood did a plea bargain and is reduced to a misdemeanor. And I found this out after I went up there and threatened to whip somebody's ass in High Point. And they kept me in a room for an hour and a half, and the assistant DA finally told me that, Mr. Perkins, I might as well go ahead and tell you that they've made a plea bargain with Justin Dean Wood, and just to make it simple, he's going to walk. He got 2 years suspended sentence, 2 years probation. He got some community service, lost his driving license for a year, and walked out a free man after he fought in Iraq and Afghanistan, and spent in Afghanistan for a year and a half. And my son is dead, but praise God, he's in heaven. I want to talk about integrity. Does Justin Dean Wood have integrity? Hell no. Does Calmer have integrity? Hell no. Did the trooper that didn't do his job have integrity? Hell no. Somebody is still accountable. Everything's settled. It's all done. It's over with. But you know what? Somebody forgot about integrity. What's integrity? Well, integrity is like not lying. Like Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton was president of the United States and he said, "I did not have sex with that woman," and he lied. When John Edwards denied that he had sex and his wife was dying with cancer, and he's from Robbins, North Carolina, not only about 50 miles from me, and here he tells everyone, you know, he's not done anything wrong. And he's a big high profile attorney. Come on, please. You know, there'll be a plea bargain. He won't have to go to jail. He'll walk away and they'll just pat him on his hand and say, "John, you know, you shouldn't have done that now." And then there's good old Schwarzenegger. You know, he's out there sticking his pecker in everybody that he can think of, it looks like. And 10 years later, guess what? You've got a love child. It's not the love child's fault either. I want to bring that up real quick. That woman and Schwarzenegger knew what they were doing. And so every woman that has that Schwarzenegger has tried to do anything with or cause problems, if you were the women and you got any integrity about you, I'd come forward. And then big governor, and between Schwarzenegger and Nancy Pelosi, they bankrupt California. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, they passed a $14 trillion bill, and Obama let them do it. What kind of president do we have? Is that called integrity? To spend $14 trillion and we don't have any money here? Our jobs are gone overseas. Furniture in North Carolina is gone to China. Textile is gone. In Pittsburgh, the steel mills, they're gone. Obama, you are the president. Now, forget the past. Forget the past administrations. You are responsible for unemployment. You're responsible for people in this country being hungry. You are responsible for doing something about it. Now, I don't want to hear "yes, we can." And let me bring something up to the college students. College students, remember this. Someday you're going to get married. You're going to have children. And your children are going to have a job. If there is no manufacturing jobs, if there's no jobs in this country, what are they going to do? They can have the best college education in the world. That if you can't get a job, what you going to do? And everybody that's going to run for president tells you they're going to solve every problem. Well, you know what? That's a lie. So it's called integrity. So somebody had better step up that's got integrity. Hey, by the way, Wiener, I got something for you. You say you're not going to resign from Congress. I could care less if you resign or not. I don't trust you as far as I could throw you. You said you wanted to be the mayor of New York. I think the mob will take care of you. You've embarrassed your wife, and of course Hillary Clinton's already been through this ordeal with her husband Bill. And you think that you think you can lead this country and us trust you? Hell no. I'll never trust you, man. Not with our military. I mean, you know, to me, I won't say it. We know how kind of people you are. So anyway, we'll just leave it at that. God, we have left God out of this country. We've got more problems than Carter's got liver pills. Tornadoes, floods, hurricanes, destruction, all kinds of things. You know what? I think God has just come to a point to where He has said, hey, you think you can handle everything, go ahead and handle it. I'll let Mother Nature show you what real life is about. And I'll just sit back and see how you destroy yourself. And that's what we're doing. We're destroying our nation. And other countries are looking at us. Has anybody got any integrity? I want to thank Jim Standing Bear. He has integrity. When I lost my son, he was there for me. He sent me a thought for a day, every day. He's from Oklahoma. I want to thank Mike Gagan. When I didn't have nothing, I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know which way I was going to turn. Mike, I want to thank you for what you've done for me. He lives in Florida. I'm blessed. God's been good to me. I know that. And the one thing I don't ever want to do is not to, I never want to forget where I come from. My dad was a good man. He had a lot of integrity. Life is like a tugboat. You got to know how to push that tugboat down the river when you're pushing the barges. And if you can't keep the barges together, you got major problems. One other thing I want to say is I'm in the NRA. I love guns. I like to collect guns. I like to shoot. I like to hunt. But alcohol and guns don't mix. I want to say it one more time. When you're shooting a gun and alcohol is brought into it with guns, and you have children with you, it does not mix, because somebody's going to get hurt. We have got to some way and somehow realize that we live in a great nation, and that we can turn this thing around. But we're going to have to be in unity. That's one thing my son Kenny said. We have to be in unity. I know there's people who don't like me. They probably hate my guts. If they do, fine. That's their choice. I just like what some other people do. I just like people that sit around and drink beer and get sloppy drunk and treat women and abuse women and are mentally cruel to women. I think that's totally wrong. I think somebody needs to beat the shit out of them and forget it. But that's not the way you do it. Oh, and by the way, talk about sugarcoating. I don't sugarcoat it. I just tell it like it is. I found out that sugarcoat is not worth talking about, because people don't get it when you try to sugarcoat words. Just tell it like it is, and you'll be a whole lot better off. We live in a great country. We need to think about it, and we need to do everything we can to keep this great country alive. God bless America. God bless this nation. I've said enough. And Ted, someday I'll see you in heaven.